Train your mind. Learn to become limitless. Stoic philosophy. Let's be real. We all have big dreams and aspirations, but often, something holds us back from reaching our fullest potential. Is it self-doubt? Lack of focus? Or maybe it's the constant distractions of modern life? But here's the truth. What's really standing in your way isn't the world around you. It's what's going on inside your mind. Today, on Stoic in Your Life, we're diving into the powerful tools that can help you unlock the limitless potential within you. We're drawing inspiration from modern Stoicism and the ancient wisdom of the Stoics, blending timeless philosophy with practical real-world strategies. This isn't just theory. I'm here to guide you through actionable steps that will transform your mindset and ultimately your life. If this resonates with you, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. It's a simple, free way to support the channel, and trust me, you won't want to miss a moment of this journey. Each idea we explore today builds on the last, and by the end of this video, you'll have the tools to break free from your mental limits and become the best version of yourself. Let's get started and discover how far your mind can truly take you. Learn to become limitless. Number 1. Mind's influence and self-imposed limits. Do you ever find yourself questioning whether you're truly capable of reaching your goals? If you're like most people, you've probably had moments of doubt when the path ahead seems too difficult or your dreams feel out of reach. But here's something powerful to consider. These doubts often aren't based in reality. More often than not, they're born from your mind, the very tool that has the potential to shape your future. Modern Stoicism teaches us a fundamental truth. Your struggles are not caused by external forces, but by the way you choose to perceive and react to the world around you. Think about it. When you face a challenge, whether it's at work, in your personal life, or in pursuing a passion, your first reaction is often influenced by your own thoughts, past experiences, or fears. We create self-imposed limits. Limits that tell us we aren't good enough, that we don't deserve success, or that our goals are too far out of reach. But these thoughts are not the truth. They're simply mental barriers. In the teachings of Stoicism, we learn that the world around us is neutral. It's our judgments and interpretations that turn events into obstacles or opportunities. When you feel overwhelmed, it's often because you've let your mind create a story about your limitations without considering the possibility of overcoming them. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters, said Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher who believed that our power lies in how we choose to respond. This is the essence of what Stoicism can teach us. We control how we react, and by changing our response, we change our reality. When you look at your own challenges, ask yourself, are these limits real, or are they just stories I've told myself? The next time you feel that wave of self-doubt, take a deep breath and recognize it for what it is. A mental construct, not a permanent reality. Whether it's fear of failure, fear of rejection, or fear of the unknown, these are the very same mental blocks that have held many people back throughout history. But Stoicism encourages you to face these fears head-on, not because they're easy, but because you have the power to overcome them. By focusing on what you can control, your thoughts, your actions, and your responses, you begin to dismantle the false limits you've set for yourself. This isn't about ignoring the challenges you face, but about realizing that your response to them can be what shapes your future. You don't need to let fear dictate your success. Take public speaking as an example. The fear of standing in front of others, the thought of being judged, it's real for so many people. But if you start by practicing, by slowly exposing yourself to that fear, you'll begin to build confidence and mastery. Over time, that fear won't control you anymore. It'll become a stepping stone. The more you push through the uncomfortable, the more you'll discover that you have an untapped power to change your life. Imagine the power you would unleash if you stopped accepting the limitations your mind tries to impose. What would your life look like if you realized that success is not defined by the obstacles you face, but by how you choose to respond to them? It's within your ability to break free from these self-imposed chains. So ask yourself today, how much of what's holding you back is actually within your control to change? The great Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Every challenge you face is an opportunity to grow, and it's in these moments that you have the chance to transcend your old limits and become limitless. Your mind has far more power than you realize. So, the question is, are you ready to unlock it? Number 2. Neuroplasticity and expanding potential. Neuroplasticity is a fascinating concept that reveals the incredible adaptability of our brains. Unlike what we once thought, that our brains were fixed after a certain age, science now shows that our minds are constantly changing and evolving. This insight aligns closely with the core principles of Stoic philosophy, which teaches that we are not defined by our past mistakes or our current abilities. Rather, we have the power to grow and evolve, regardless of where we begin. Just as lifting weights strengthens our muscles over time, consistently engaging in mental exercises strengthens our minds. Every time we face a challenge, whether it's a small inconvenience or a significant obstacle, we actively rewire our brains, forging new neural pathways that enhance our cognitive potential. This concept is incredibly liberating. It means that we are not trapped by the brain we were born with. Instead, we have the power to reshape it, to become more capable, more resilient, and more intelligent over time. Neuroplasticity shows us that growth is always within reach, no matter our age or circumstances. When we stretch ourselves by learning new skills such as picking up a new language, mastering a musical instrument, or overcoming a deeply ingrained fear, we stimulate neuroplasticity. These challenges force us to think in new ways, which ultimately rewires our brain to handle more complex tasks. This idea is not far from the Stoic mindset, which encourages us to embrace discomfort and adversity as tools for personal growth. The Stoics believed that we grow stronger by confronting our fears and tackling challenges head-on, rather than avoiding them. By pushing through discomfort, we train our minds just as we would train our bodies. As Epictetus wisely said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This mindset, combined with the science of neuroplasticity, shows us that every challenge is an opportunity to grow. When we face life's hardships with a Stoic mindset, choosing to learn and improve rather than succumb to frustration, we not only overcome the challenge at hand but also expand the boundaries of our potential. Neuroplasticity reinforces this belief. Mental growth is not something that happens passively. It's an ongoing, active process. Just as the Stoics practiced daily exercises to refine their thoughts and actions, we too must engage in practices that stimulate and stretch our mental faculties. Whether it's questioning our beliefs, confronting fears, or continually learning new things, each act of mental growth rewires our brains, making us more adaptable and capable. The more we push our mental limits, the more we expand our capacity for resilience, focus, and clarity. Through consistent practice and embracing discomfort, we transform not only our minds but our lives as well. This process is what allows us to move from a limited understanding of ourselves to a limitless potential. So, as you go about your life, remember that every challenge is a chance to reprogram your mind. With each experience, you have the opportunity to make your brain stronger, sharper, and more flexible, leading you to greater success and fulfillment. Through the Stoic secrets of embracing adversity and engaging in deliberate mental practice, you can truly become limitless. Number 3. Stoicism for mental strength. In today's fast-paced world, where stress and uncertainty are constant companions, learning to master our minds is one of the most powerful skills we can develop. Stoicism, a time-tested philosophy, teaches us to focus on what we can control. As Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." This simple truth empowers us to take responsibility for our thoughts, emotions, and actions, no matter the circumstances. Stoicism reminds us that peace of mind doesn't come from controlling external events, but from how we respond to them. By focusing on what's within our control, we can remain steady, even when life gets turbulent. A core Stoic teaching is that while we can't control the events around us, we can control our reactions. Take, for example, being criticized. Most people's first instinct is to react impulsively, defensiveness, anger, or frustration. A Stoic, however, would pause and reflect before responding, choosing a course of action rooted in wisdom instead of emotion. This practice of mindfulness helps us avoid knee-jerk reactions and fosters a calm, composed, and rational response. As Epictetus wisely put it, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." By slowing down and considering the bigger picture, we gain clarity, turning potential chaos into controlled, thoughtful action. Building mental strength is a lifelong process, not an instant fix. Just like physical muscles, our mental resilience grows through consistent effort. The Stoics used journaling as a tool for self-reflection. Marcus Aurelius, for instance, used daily writing to examine his actions and refine his character. This practice isn't just for ancient philosophers, it's just as relevant today. When we reflect on how we've responded to challenges, we can become more mindful of our patterns and make intentional changes to improve. Through regular self-reflection, we gain control over our thoughts and emotions. Rather than letting negative feelings like anger or fear dictate our decisions, we use rational thinking to guide our actions. Modern Stoicism encourages us to keep a clear perspective, even when life presents difficulties. By practicing mindfulness and focusing on what's within our control, we can maintain balance in the face of adversity. We may not control the waves, but we can learn to sail our ship through them. By embracing Stoic principles, we can cultivate mental resilience in daily life. Whether we're overwhelmed by work or personal responsibilities, the Stoic approach teaches us to pause, reflect on what we can control, and take thoughtful action. This not only brings peace of mind, but also clarity and effectiveness. As Seneca said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." This reminder encourages us to be mindful of our thoughts, helping us navigate life's challenges with greater strength and purpose. Modern Stoicism teaches us not just to survive, but to thrive. By mastering our minds, we transform obstacles into opportunities for growth. Through consistent practice of Stoic principles, we can build the mental strength to master our lives. Number 4. Growth mindset and overcoming doubt. Imagine this. You're standing at the edge of a daunting challenge, something that feels bigger than you. Maybe it's a tough project at work, a personal goal that's slipping through your fingers, or an area of your life where you just can't seem to make progress. What if, instead of fearing failure, you saw this as the perfect opportunity to grow? This is the power of a growth mindset, believing that your abilities aren't set in stone but can evolve with dedication and persistence. When you cultivate this mindset, you're telling yourself that every obstacle, every misstep is just another stepping stone toward becoming a better version of yourself. You've probably heard about the idea of a fixed mindset, where people believe their talents are preordained and can't change. But what if I told you that embracing the Stoic secret of growth means transforming challenges into fuel for your development? When setbacks happen, they're not failures. They're simply opportunities for learning. That's the essence of Stoic philosophy. To view every difficulty, not as a roadblock, but as a necessary part of the journey toward greater wisdom, resilience, and self-mastery. Think about it. If the Stoics had avoided discomfort or difficulty, they never would have grown to become the masters of their own minds. They embraced challenges with courage and perseverance, knowing that true progress never comes from avoiding the struggle but from leaning into it. One of the most powerful ways they did this was through self-discipline and reflection. They didn't shy away from their shortcomings. Instead, they examined them, learned from them, and worked on them. Imagine for a moment that you're struggling with something like math. Instead of telling yourself you're just not good at it, try embracing a growth mindset. See each challenge not as a reflection of your inadequacy, but as an opportunity to build your skills. Every mistake becomes a lesson that propels you forward. This is the Stoic way. The Stoics believe that true growth is about confronting life head-on, even when it's uncomfortable or tough, and realizing that the more you engage with life's difficulties, the stronger and wiser you become. This idea isn't just philosophy, it's practical advice that can make a real difference in how you live your life. When you start to see growth as a continuous process rather than a destination, you begin to unlock your true potential. Just think, if you embrace this way of thinking, you'll realize that there's no limit to what you can achieve. This mindset isn't just a tool, it's a way of life. So ask yourself, what are you avoiding in your life right now? What challenge have you been running from because it feels too difficult or too risky? What if you turned that fear around and viewed it through the lens of a growth mindset? How would you approach it differently? Would you feel empowered to push through, knowing that every step forward, no matter how small, is progress? This mindset gives you the power to shift your focus from fixed limitations to endless possibilities. You can change, you can grow, and you can overcome. It's all about adopting the Stoic secret of resilience and perseverance, believing that your potential is unlimited, no matter what life throws your way. The lessons are clear. Challenges are not your enemy, they're your teachers. Embrace the struggle. Develop the habits of self-discipline, reflection, and consistent effort, and watch as you transform into someone capable of achieving great things. So, what will you choose today? Will you let doubt hold you back, or will you step forward? Knowing that with a growth mindset, anything is possible. The journey isn't easy, but it is worth it, and with each step, you'll find that the obstacles that once seemed impossible to overcome will begin to feel like stepping stones toward your limitless potential. If you're still with me, it's clear you're someone who values growth and self-improvement. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Let me know by sharing a phrase that resonates with you, like "growth is limitless," or something that captures your own journey of overcoming challenges. Let's keep this conversation going and continue to learn from each other. There's so much more wisdom to come, and I can't wait to share it with you. Stay tuned for more eye-opening content on how to unlock your true potential. Number 5. Conquering limiting beliefs. How often do you find yourself held back by thoughts that tell you you're not capable, or that your dreams are too big for someone like you? Have you ever stopped to ask where those thoughts are coming from? More often than not, these are limiting beliefs, deeply ingrained convictions that create invisible walls between you and your true potential. These beliefs are not truths. They are simply assumptions you've picked up over time, shaped by past experiences, societal pressures, or the negative stories you tell yourself. In fact, I believe that much of our struggle in life comes from these very beliefs that limit what we think is possible for ourselves. Now here's the powerful truth. Stoicism teaches us that we have the ability to challenge these limiting beliefs. We don't have to accept them as our reality. In fact, it's the Stoic practice of reason and self-awareness that allows us to break free. We're not born with these limiting beliefs. They're learned and reinforced through our experiences and mindset. The Stoics believe that we can and should use our minds to reflect, question, and replace these irrational beliefs with empowering ones. What if I told you that the limitations you've accepted are just illusions that you can shatter by changing your perspective? Imagine a person who believes they're not creative. Perhaps they were told at some point that they weren't good at art or expression, so they've accepted this idea as part of their identity. But by simply challenging this belief, by trying new things, exploring different activities, they might uncover hidden talents and interests they never knew existed. This is the essence of overcoming limiting beliefs, confronting them head-on, and replacing them with empowering alternatives. The Stoics didn't shy away from their internal challenges. Instead, they embraced reflection and mindfulness as tools to dig deep into their beliefs, recognizing that they had the power to change both their mindset and their actions. One of my favorite quotes comes from Epictetus, who said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." In the same way, it's not the limiting belief itself that defines us, but how we choose to respond to it. So I ask you, what limiting beliefs are holding you back right now? What would happen if you started questioning the very beliefs that tell you what you can and can't do? Do you have the courage to confront those beliefs, or will you allow them to keep you stuck? This process of challenging your limitations takes not only awareness, but also courage. It requires the courage to stand up to those inner voices that say, "You're not good enough," or "This is as far as you'll go." But remember, as Marcus Aurelius wisely said, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Every limiting belief you face is actually an opportunity for growth, an obstacle that, once overcome, becomes a stepping stone toward your true potential. In modern Stoicism, we're taught that it's not the external world that limits us, it's how we react to it, how we interpret it. So, take a moment to reflect. What beliefs are keeping you from living fully, and what would your life look like if you started breaking free from them? Once you challenge and shift those beliefs, you'll begin to see the world through a new lens, one filled with possibility and growth. The Stoics understood this well, and they knew that by changing our beliefs, we could change our actions, and thus our lives. So today I invite you to confront those beliefs head-on, challenge them, and see just how far you can go when you stop holding yourself back. Number 6. Improving focus and memory. Strengthening focus and memory is a gradual process, requiring consistent effort and the development of intentional mental habits. Central to Stoic philosophy is the belief that mastering our thoughts and actions demands discipline. The Stoics understood the importance of a focused mind, recognizing it as essential for overcoming challenges and achieving success. In today's world, distractions are constant, making it difficult to maintain mental clarity. Yet focus, like any other skill, can be developed with time and effort. By incorporating mindfulness, meditation, and focused attention into your daily routine, you can train your mind to concentrate on what truly matters. For example, a student preparing for exams might use mindfulness techniques to stay focused during study sessions, improving retention and overall performance. This intentional focus mirrors Stoic teachings, which emphasize that true success, whether in academics, work, or personal life, is built on mental discipline. The Stoics believed that a sharp, disciplined mind was the key to greatness. To act purposefully, they knew it was essential to first clear the mind of distractions. Practices like journaling and self-reflection were tools they used to achieve mental clarity. Taking time each day to reflect on your thoughts and intentions can help you stay aligned with your goals. In today's world, where emails, social media, and other distractions are constant, this practice is more important than ever. By setting aside a few moments each day to focus inwardly, you can clear your mind and sharpen your ability to concentrate on what's important. But focus and memory aren't only enhanced by mental exercises. The Stoics also recognize the profound impact of physical health on cognitive function. Regular exercise and a balanced diet are crucial for brain health. Exercise increases blood flow to the brain, fostering the growth of new neurons, while proper nutrition ensures that your brain gets the nutrients it needs to function optimally. To develop your mental abilities, it's essential to nurture both body and mind, as they are deeply interconnected. Improving focus and memory takes time, but with consistent effort, you can strengthen these abilities. Just as the Stoics practiced reflection and mental exercises to refine their minds, You can achieve similar results by committing to small, consistent practices each day. Over time, you'll notice your focus improve, your memory sharpen, and your productivity rise. Stoic secrets remind us that mastery over the mind is a steady, ongoing process. It's not about perfection, but about consistency. The more you train your mind, the more efficient and effective you become in everything you do. Whether you're working to improve your academic performance, advance in your career, or achieve personal goals, developing mental discipline is the key. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult." By practicing mental discipline and focus, you can overcome distractions and unlock your full potential. With each day of practice, you'll become a more resilient, focused, and productive version of yourself. Number 7. Managing emotions. In a world where emotions often run high, the ability to manage them is a crucial tool for personal growth and resilience. At the core of Stoic philosophy is emotional intelligence, being able to recognize, understand, and control our emotions and those of others. Modern Stoicism teaches us that while emotions are natural, they shouldn't control us. Instead, we should manage them with wisdom and rationality. As Epictetus said, we cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. This encourages us to pause, reflect, and choose responses based on reason rather than impulse. Consider how you might react to criticism, whether at work, in a personal conversation, or online. The natural response is often defensiveness or anger, but the Stoic approach is to stop, breathe, and recognize the emotion without letting it dictate your actions. Rather than reacting impulsively, a Stoic would calmly acknowledge the feedback, evaluate its validity, and respond thoughtfully. This emotional regulation helps us maintain control, preventing unnecessary escalation. By practicing emotional awareness, we gain the ability to choose our responses, rather than being led by emotions. Mastering emotional control requires practice and self-awareness. It involves understanding the root causes of emotions, whether fear, insecurity, or a desire for validation, and responding in a way that aligns with our values. For example, if anger arises from an unjust comment, a Stoic would reflect, what is the root of this anger? Is it something I can control? Does this align with my values? This practice helps avoid knee-jerk reactions and fosters rational, measured responses. Through such practices, we build emotional intelligence, improving our well-being and relationships. The Stoics knew that mastering emotions is essential for inner peace and living a virtuous life. In today's world, where external stressors are constant, this practice is even more vital. By observing emotions without being overwhelmed by them, we gain clarity and can navigate challenges calmly and confidently. Emotional awareness combined with rational thinking strengthens relationships and enhances self-understanding. By incorporating Stoic emotional regulation into daily life, we cultivate a mindset that fosters calm, thoughtful responses to life's challenges. As Seneca wisely said, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." Managing emotions with care leads to personal growth, making us more resilient and virtuous. Modern Stoicism teaches that emotional regulation isn't about suppressing emotions, but about responding to them in a way that promotes inner peace and personal growth. Through regular practice, we develop emotional intelligence, leading to stronger relationships and a deeper sense of fulfillment. By mastering your emotions, you take control of your inner life and empower yourself to face the world with clarity and confidence. Number 8. Building resilience. Life always seems to throw challenges at us when we least expect it, doesn't it? You've probably faced setbacks, whether at work, in personal relationships, or during moments where everything seems to fall apart. But what if I told you that the key to thriving through these challenges isn't avoiding them, but embracing them? This is where the Stoic secret of resilience comes into play. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, grow stronger from hardship, and face each new day with the mindset, "I will not let this defeat me." Stoicism teaches us that suffering and difficulties are inevitable parts of life. The Stoics didn't see them as obstacles. Instead, they viewed them as opportunities to become stronger and more determined. Think back to a time when you faced a major setback. Maybe it was a failed project, a breakup, or a health issue. How did you react? Did you let it keep you down, or did you rise up, perhaps wiser and more prepared to face the next challenge? According to the Stoics, resilience is built through acceptance. It's about understanding that pain and struggle are part of the journey, but they don't define us. By changing how we respond to hardship, we can build the mental fortitude to persevere through anything life throws at us. This resilience doesn't come from avoiding discomfort or pretending things are fine when they're not. It comes from facing pain head-on, accepting it, and choosing to move forward. A powerful Stoic practice is regular reflection, taking time to consider how we'll respond to future challenges. This isn't idle thinking, but a way of preparing ourselves mentally for hardship. The Stoics recognize that by focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and attitudes, and letting go of what we can't, we develop a mental toughness that makes us unshakable. A modern example of resilience is Steve Jobs. After being ousted from Apple, most people would have seen that as the end. But Jobs didn't just bounce back. He embraced the setback, learned from it, and went on to create Pixar and eventually returned to Apple, leading it to massive success. That's the power of resilience. It's not about avoiding pain. It's about learning from it and growing stronger because of it. Think about it. How often do you avoid discomfort or try to escape hardship? What if, instead of running from pain, you chose to face it with resilience? What if every setback became an opportunity to ask yourself, what can I learn from this? The Stoic secret is simple. Resilience isn't about the absence of pain, but the ability to rise through it. By focusing on what we can control and letting go of the rest, we build the strength needed to face any challenge. The road to growth and success isn't always easy. It's filled with obstacles, but each one helps us grow stronger, more resilient, and better equipped to face what's next. So, ask yourself, what is the next challenge you can embrace with resilience? What if, rather than avoiding hardship, you saw it as an opportunity for growth? When you adopt this mindset, you'll realize that you have far more strength than you thought possible. Resilience isn't something you're born with. It's something you develop over time, through acceptance, perseverance, and the willingness to grow stronger in the face of adversity. Keep reflecting on your life, keep learning from your challenges, and keep building your resilience. Because with every struggle you face, you're becoming the person who can handle anything life throws at you. The Stoic secrets to resilience are waiting for you. If you've made it this far, you're clearly someone who is eager to learn and grow. Drop a comment saying, "Today's challenges are tomorrow's opportunities," or share your commitment to building resilience and never giving up. Stick around. The journey of seeking wisdom and self-growth is just beginning. Number 9. Power of healthy habits and nutrition. Imagine for a moment how much easier life would be if you could train both your mind and your body to work together in perfect harmony. It's a simple truth that we often overlook. The connection between the mind and the body is undeniable, and when you take care of one, you nurture the other. This is one of the central teachings of modern Stoicism, a philosophy that encourages us to build mental resilience by practicing self-discipline in all areas of life, including our physical health. You see, if you want clarity of thought, emotional stability, and the energy to chase your goals, you need to start by taking care of your body. The Stoics, those ancient philosophers who lived to master their own minds, understood this deeply. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most well-known Stoic philosophers, wrote, Take care to be your own master, which means that the state of your body is often a reflection of your mental discipline. If you want to become limitless in your thinking, you must first become disciplined in your physical habits. Think about it. When you eat nutritious foods, exercise regularly, and get enough sleep, you feel energized, focused, and emotionally balanced, right? This is no coincidence. Proper nutrition and physical activity do more than just keep your body in shape. They also keep your mind sharp. They support cognitive function, enhance memory, and help you regulate your emotions. When your body is in top form, your mind has a solid foundation to build upon, and you're better equipped to handle the challenges that life throws your way. So let me ask you, how often do you prioritize your health? Is it something you've overlooked in your daily routine? It's easy to let these things slide when life gets busy, but what if I told you that by nurturing your physical health, you're also strengthening your mind and boosting your overall well-being? Remember, it's not just about looking good or feeling good for the moment. It's about creating lasting resilience and mental clarity that will help you move through life with strength and purpose. The Stoics didn't neglect their bodies because they understood the importance of balance. They believed that neglecting one part of ourselves leads to imbalance in the whole. And here's the beautiful thing. By taking care of your body, you're not just improving your physical health, you're boosting your ability to think clearly, stay focused, and achieve what you set out to do. Think of it like setting the stage for a better, more fulfilling life. You don't need to be perfect in your habits. Just start with small, manageable steps. What if you took a moment each day to focus on one aspect of your health? Maybe you start by choosing a healthier meal or committing to a 10-minute workout. The key is consistency. The more you show up for your body, the better your mind will perform. I've seen this in my own life. When I commit to healthy habits, when I choose to eat foods that nourish me, sleep well, and stay active, my focus sharpens, my mood improves, and I feel more capable of facing whatever comes my way. It's no longer just about physical strength. It's about mental clarity and the confidence that comes with knowing you've laid the groundwork for success. So let me ask you again, what can you do today to start building a healthier body and mind? Because in the end, when you invest in your physical health, you're investing in your future success. This is the power of Stoic philosophy in action, and it's more than just an ancient idea. Modern Stoicism teaches us that by embracing healthy habits, we can create a more resilient, focused, and fulfilled life. Why not begin now? Number 10. Visualization and affirmations. Visualization and affirmations are two incredibly powerful techniques that can fundamentally reshape the way we think and approach life, bringing us closer to our desired goals. I want you to consider how these tools can be used to train your mind, shifting your outlook from one of doubt and uncertainty to confidence and focus. Visualization involves mentally picturing yourself achieving success, creating vivid images in your mind of yourself living your goals. Imagine yourself in the middle of achieving something you truly desire, whether it's reaching a career milestone, completing a personal project, or overcoming a challenge. As you visualize, you begin to train your brain to see success not as a distant dream but as a real, attainable outcome. This practice fosters belief in your abilities and nurtures a mindset of focus, making success feel possible and, more importantly, within your reach. In much the same way, affirmations act as a tool for reinforcing those beliefs. These positive statements, spoken aloud or repeated silently, remind you of your potential and inner strength. I am capable. I am resilient. I am unstoppable. These aren't just words. They are the foundation of a powerful shift in your thought patterns, gradually replacing negative self-talk with affirmations that drive you toward your goals. A simple example can be found in athletes who visualize crossing the finish line first. Each detail of their movement, their success, their triumph. This mental rehearsal solidifies their belief in their own ability to achieve it. Just like the Stoics, who believed in the power of premeditation, we can use this technique to prepare ourselves for challenges before they arrive. In the Stoic tradition, premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils, involves mentally preparing for obstacles by imagining potential setbacks as well as triumphs. By doing so, we become more resilient, more capable of handling adversity when it strikes, and more clear-minded in the face of challenges. When you visualize, you are not just dreaming of a perfect outcome, but also readying yourself for the rough patches along the way. This ability to embrace both success and failure with equanimity is the core of Stoic thinking. Affirmations reinforce this mindset, strengthening your resolve to handle whatever comes your way. The Stoics practiced reflective thinking and self-examination, much like how affirmations work to alter your internal dialogue. Over time, this consistent practice rewires your subconscious, aligning it with your deepest desires and goals. Through visualization and affirmation, you're not simply dreaming. You are actively shaping your reality. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." By continuously aligning your thoughts with your goals, you're not only aiming for success, you're nurturing the very mindset required to achieve it. These Stoic secrets of resilience, premeditation, and positive reinforcement, when practiced regularly, enable us to transform not just our thoughts but our entire approach to life. Embracing the combination of visualization and affirmations is, in essence, about training your mind to be limitless, about creating the belief that anything is possible, and then backing it up with unwavering persistence and confidence. Through this practice, you will not only manifest your desires but also develop the strength to endure the process, because you have already visualized both your success and your ability to overcome any challenge. In conclusion, to become limitless, we must recognize the power that lies within our own minds. By practicing skills like emotional control, improving focus, and nurturing healthy habits, you will make profound changes in your life. Don't let doubt or limiting beliefs hold you back. Transform challenges into opportunities to push further and achieve your goals. Continue your journey to expand your potential with Stoic principles in the next section. Expanding your potential with Stoic wisdom. Get ready to discover how you can apply Stoic philosophy to your daily life to grow and overcome any challenges. Don't miss out. These powerful lessons from Stoicism will help you not only break through your limits but also build a stronger and more prosperous life. Number 1. Mastering self-discipline. Number 1. Mastering self-discipline. Self-discipline stands as a fundamental pillar of personal growth, intricately woven into the fabric of Stoic philosophy. The Stoics firmly believed that true freedom doesn't lie in our external environment, but in the power we possess to govern our own minds and actions. It's about harnessing the strength within ourselves, which empowers us to navigate the distractions of modern life and align our efforts with what genuinely matters. Think about it. When you face a choice between indulging in something temporary, like binge-watching TV or scrolling mindlessly through social media, or dedicating that time to something more meaningful, like learning a new skill or pursuing a passion, that's where self-discipline plays a crucial role. Imagine committing to a routine that reflects your values and ambitions, a daily habit that brings you closer to your goals. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely put it, "No man is free who is not master of himself." This commitment to self-mastery is not about denying yourself pleasure or comfort, but about learning to delay gratification in favor of long-term fulfillment. This kind of discipline is an active choice that requires you to resist short-term temptations for the sake of long-term rewards. It's a continuous process of reflection and effort, much like tending to a garden, nourishing it every day to ensure that it flourishes over time. As you become more disciplined, you learn to stay focused despite setbacks, distractions, or challenges that might come your way. It's in these moments that Stoicism's teachings truly come alive. reminding us that external circumstances can often be beyond our control, but how we respond to them is always within our power. By cultivating self-discipline, we build better habits that enhance our lives, from maintaining a healthier lifestyle to remaining consistent with our professional goals. This discipline extends beyond just our daily routines. It strengthens both our minds and bodies, pushing us toward achieving greater success. Modern Stoicism teaches us that true power lies in what we can control: our actions, our mindset, and our ability to stay true to the path we choose. So, take a moment to reflect on your own journey and consider how embracing self-discipline can unlock the limitless potential you possess. Number 2. Embracing change for growth. Change is an inevitable part of life, and here's the thing: you can either fight it, or you can learn to embrace it. The Stoic philosophers knew this better than anyone. They taught that change, rather than being something to fear, is something to welcome. Change isn't just about the challenges it brings, it's about the opportunities it presents. It's how you respond to change that shapes your ability to grow. Imagine you're suddenly moved to a new city for work. Instead of focusing on the discomfort of unfamiliar surroundings, what if you viewed this as a chance to meet new people, expand your skill set, and see life from a fresh perspective? That shift in thinking, from fearing change to seeing it as a chance for growth, can be transformative. When you start accepting change as a part of life's natural rhythm, the anxiety and frustration you once felt about it start to fade. Instead, you approach the unknown with excitement, curiosity, and courage. That's one of the Stoic secrets. They didn't just survive change, they thrived in it. They understood that embracing the unknown doesn't just help us grow, it helps us evolve. Life constantly throws curveballs our way, and each time we have a choice. Will you face change with dread, or will you take it on as an opportunity to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient? By letting go of the fear of change, you unlock a deeper understanding of both yourself and the world around you. Just think about it. How many times has something unexpected happened to you that turned out to be for the better? Change can lead to new strengths, valuable lessons, and deeper insights into your potential. And here's a powerful lesson for you. By embracing change, you're not just surviving. You're preparing yourself for something bigger. The Stoic approach reminds us that life's uncertainties aren't roadblocks. They're stepping stones toward personal growth. Imagine becoming someone who can handle any challenge life throws your way, not with resistance, but with the confidence that change brings new opportunities to evolve. What changes are you resisting in your own life? How could embracing them make you stronger? The Stoic secrets hold the key to unlocking a life where growth isn't just a possibility but a natural outcome. Number 3. Building relationships with Stoicism. Let's take a moment to reflect on the relationships in your life, whether with family, friends, colleagues, or acquaintances. How often do you find yourself frustrated, reacting impulsively, or allowing misunderstandings to grow? What if there was a way to strengthen these connections even in the most challenging situations? This is where Stoic philosophy can be a game changer. It teaches us how to engage with others through patience, empathy, and understanding. The Stoics believed that respect and kindness should not depend on how others behave, but reflect our own character. This perspective can be transformative, especially during heated moments. Think about the last time you were in a conflict, whether with a coworker, a friend, or a family member. Emotions were high, and it felt like things were spiraling. Now, imagine if you had approached that situation with the calm and clarity of a Stoic. Instead of reacting with anger, you stepped back, assessed the situation, and engaged respectfully, aiming for a constructive solution. This is the power of Stoicism, controlling your emotional reactions rather than letting them control you. As Marcus Aurelius, one of the most renowned Stoic philosophers, said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." In relationships, How you respond has a huge impact on the quality of your interactions. When you practice self-reflection and manage your emotions, you avoid unnecessary conflict and create the space for deeper, more meaningful connections. Stoicism teaches us to accept people as they are, not as we want them to be. It also encourages us to take responsibility for our own actions and recognize that, while we can't control others' behavior, we can control how we respond. That's where the real power lies. By practicing emotional intelligence, we become better listeners, more thoughtful responders, and maintain a calm mindset, even under stress. Think about it. How often do you let your emotions dictate your actions? What if you chose to approach every conversation with patience, clarity, and a willingness to understand, instead of reacting? Stoicism isn't about suppressing your feelings, it's about controlling them. Modern Stoicism helps us navigate the complexities of human interactions with grace, allowing us to build stronger, more resilient relationships, no matter the external circumstances. Imagine how much more fulfilling your connections could be if you responded with empathy and understanding, rather than frustration or anger. I truly believe that adopting a Stoic mindset can improve your relationships and overall sense of peace. So, as you go forward today, ask yourself, how can you respond more thoughtfully in your next interaction? How can you cultivate patience, empathy, and understanding? The strength of our relationships often depends on how well we manage ourselves, and Stoicism gives us the tools to do just that. Wouldn't it be freeing to interact with others in a calm, rational way, regardless of the situation? Stoic wisdom shows us that we can change the way we relate to others, not by changing them, but by changing ourselves. So, let's take on this challenge together. Let's build relationships the Stoic way and see how it transforms our lives. Number 4. Turning setbacks into stepping stones. Life is full of setbacks, and while they may feel discouraging in the moment, the way we respond to them can define our future. As you face obstacles, remember that these challenges are not roadblocks. They are simply stepping stones on the path to growth and self-improvement. The Stoic philosophy offers a timeless lesson in how to deal with adversity. View every setback as an opportunity. This mindset allows you to transform adversity into something that strengthens you. The Stoics taught us to embrace challenges, understanding that through them we develop virtues like patience, resilience, and courage. It's like the financial setback a Stoic might experience. Rather than succumbing to frustration or despair, they would take a step back and reassess their goals, finding new, more sustainable methods to move forward. Each setback in this way becomes a lesson, an opportunity to sharpen your decision-making and refine your approach. These experiences help you build stronger character, making you more capable of handling whatever life throws your way. The Stoic secrets teach us that reflection is key to overcoming challenges. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? This is how you turn what seems like a failure into a moment of growth. By adopting this perspective, setbacks lose their power to break you and instead become powerful tools for personal development. In modern life, you can apply this to almost any situation, whether it's a career challenge, a personal disappointment, or a health issue. Each experience, though difficult, carries a lesson that, once learned, propels you forward on your journey. Think of these setbacks as small detours rather than dead ends. The Stoics believe that true growth doesn't come from avoiding hardships, but from confronting them head-on with an open heart and mind. As the great Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." By choosing to face difficulties with resilience, you don't just survive, you thrive. These setbacks will no longer feel like obstacles, but rather the very fuel that powers your ongoing growth. With this mindset, each challenge you encounter brings you closer to the version of yourself you strive to become. Let me ask you this. If you're ready to transform how you communicate and build stronger, more empathetic relationships, Why not start right now? Take action and begin making this change in your conversations and interactions today. Like this video and leave a comment below. True strength comes from self-mastery. In Stoicism, we understand that the key to building lasting relationships isn't about changing others, but mastering our own emotions and reactions. This is the path to more meaningful and understanding connections. Number 5. Lifelong learning and improvement. Lifelong learning is not just a concept, it's a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, woven deeply into the very fabric of personal growth. The Stoics believed that wisdom and self-improvement are never-ending, journeys constantly evolving with each new experience. They knew that to truly understand the world and our place in it, we must continuously expand our minds, explore different perspectives, and strive to better ourselves. In our modern lives, this means more than just acquiring knowledge from books or classes. It's about adopting a mindset of perpetual curiosity, seeking out new challenges and learning from every encounter. As Socrates famously said, "The unexamined life is not worth living." By committing ourselves to constant learning, we embrace the opportunity to grow, develop new skills, and gain a deeper understanding of both ourselves and the world around us. A Stoic, for example, might dedicate time each day to read books that challenge their current thinking, engage in meaningful conversations with people who hold different views, and reflect on their actions to identify areas where they can improve. This dedication to learning is not just about adding knowledge, it's about developing intellectual humility, recognizing that there is always more to learn and that we can always grow. In today's fast-paced world, where it's easy to fall into the trap of complacency, this Stoic practice reminds us that there is always room for improvement. The more we learn, the more we recognize our limitations and the more we grow. The Stoics practiced self-examination, regularly reflecting on their thoughts, actions, and emotions. This practice of reflection wasn't about judgment. Rather, it was about understanding their behavior and improving their character. This is a key element of modern Stoicism, being open to the idea that we are always works in progress, constantly evolving through both our triumphs and our failures. Each experience, every book we read, every conversation we have, and each moment of self-reflection equips us with the tools to face life's challenges more effectively. By adopting a mindset of lifelong learning, you not only develop the wisdom to navigate life's complexities, but also open yourself up to a future full of endless possibilities. This ongoing pursuit of knowledge and self-improvement is not just for Stoics of ancient times. It's a practice you can adopt today. By making this commitment to lifelong growth, you increase your potential in ways that will continue to unfold throughout your life. True wisdom is not a destination. It's a continuous journey that invites you to explore, question, and ultimately grow into the best version of yourself. Modern Stoicism teaches us that the pursuit of wisdom is the path that leads to personal freedom, and through continuous learning, we unlock our fullest potential. As we wrap up today's video, I want to remind you that the principles of Stoic philosophy are more than just ancient teachings. They are a powerful framework for unlocking your limitless potential. By embracing modern Stoicism, you can cultivate mental strength, resilience, and self-awareness that empower you to overcome obstacles and pursue your goals with unwavering determination. Remember, personal development is a continuous journey, and by applying these principles each day, you'll break through the barriers holding you back and become the best version of yourself. So, what step will you take today to start training your mind? Share your thoughts in the comments. How can you embrace Stoic wisdom in your life right now? Don't forget to subscribe to Stoic in Your Life for more insights on how to live a limitless life.